Welcome everybody to round 20 on the schedule here at Kansas. The championship battle is starting to dwindle down to only a few drivers. DJ Curtis has just continued his hot streak, even at Canadian Tire. For another road course, he almost won his 4th road course in a victory in a row. Almost beating Gattuso's record, but he finished 2nd there. And he's starting 3rd here, trying to get max points. He leads the points by 55 points over Jeff James. Jake Bassinger, Dom Capps, Jesse Turner are all in the mix right there. Just a little over a race back. And then you got guys like Silver Fox, Lynn and DeMax. They're right there inside the top 10 here, trying to make up points and trying to still be contenders, being 100 points back behind Curtis. Dejon Weeks having a good run here in qualifying, 5th. Jordan Davis in 6th. Charlie Smith having a solid qualifying effort. Cody Lamas, he's 9th in the championship battle. Can he still be a championship contender? Not real sure. Nick Mace is 164 back. Don't think he could be a contender, but he's going to try and make up points. Lamas has the front row. He's going to lead us down for round 20 at Kansas, and we are underway. On the jump, Cody Lamas gets out front, and he will lead him into turn 3, bringing his teammate along, DJ Curtis, as the field washes up the track. Everyone's going to make it through fine besides Jeffrey Finguy. He bounces off the wall. Steven Jenkins on the apron in the back. Lamas will lead the first lap. However, a caution would come out when Steven Jenkins would be on the apron for some reason, would lose it up into Jeffrey Finguy. And Finguy would get hit by Trent Togger. William Brock also got a piece of that. He would spin around, and Trent Togger got tipped over by Zayden Davidson. Deep in the field, you see championship contender Jesse Turner there, barely escaping through there. He had a bad qualifying effort. He had to work he's going to have to work his way through that, but luckily he made it through. On board Jeffrey Finguy, Jenkins was way down low, wasn't going to be able to make the turn. Went to the apron trying to get out of people's way, but just lost it. Up into Jeffrey Finguy he went. There was Trent Togger. It's going to be a day over for Finguy's day. Brock, Togger, and Davidson, all unlucky bystanders there. Some drivers are deciding to come in and top it off with fuel. Dejon Weeks, Jordan Fisher, and Charlie Smith, they're all coming in. But yeah, the guys that wrecked are also in. Dylan Young had damage from somewhere. He's also on the pit road with some damage. The 2 Cybertron Motorsports cars will lead them back and underway again for the green flag. DJ Curtis, the point leader. Pretty sure Cody Lamas is not going to fight him too hard and is going to let Curtis take the lead here. Isn't it pretty cool here? Coming in this race weekend, Cody Lamas and DJ Curtis, the Cybertron cars, are 1-2 in the championship in the top 2 series of the Cup Series and the National Series. Lamas leads the National Series championship, so he knows how big points for leading a lap are. So he let Curtis go by. Curtis takes the lead, but Bassinger and Mace, Capps, Lynn, and Silver Fox, all championship contenders, trying to chase him down. Cody Lamas now fighting his way back forward. He let Curtis get a lap lead, and now Lamas is going out front for himself to try and go win this race. Even though his teammate Curtis really wants to win and get max points, Lamas is also in the championship mix. He's back about 100 or so points. Some car had some sort of issues. I'm not sure who that was on the back straightaway, but Lamas is also trying to stay in contention to win the championship. Him, Jeffrey Lynn, DeMax, and Silver Fox both, but they got a long gap to go. But new leader, it is Cody Lamas. Battle for the lead, however, Jeffrey Lynn down low. It was told earlier on this week that Jeffrey Lynn will not be returning to Mace Enterprises for 2018. So Jeffrey Lynn is open to any rides right now. He's been looking into a bit of options, and Lynn's trying to show that he can be a good driver for another team for next year. Mace Enterprises won't be picking him up, but he's trying to get him some more wins this season and trying to help his reputation in the Cup Series and try and find a good ride for next year. He's pulling a big gap on the leaders of Cody Lamas and Jake Bassinger as they run side by side behind him. Remember when I was talking about how there was a spin on the back straightaway and I didn't know who it was. It turns out that spin was James Silverfox, as he got spun by Luke Martin down the inside and actually hit the inside wall. Silverfox was running inside the top 10, having a great run for Yant Motorsports, trying to bring them a championship this season, but he's already in a hole right now, and he's going to drop massively in the points after this. Lap cars are going to play a role, as they just ran up on Charlie Smith and Jeffrey Finguy. Lynn is going to have to get after it. Cody Lamas, Jake Bassinger, Jacob Hart, Curtis Capps, and DeMax and Mace are trying to run down Jeffrey Lynn. We're starting to get into a little bit of a green flag run here, as the tires are starting to fall off. Jeffrey Lynn continues to lead over Jake Bassinger. Cody Lamas still right there in the mix of it. Jacob Hart has kept his way right there in the mix, but he is starting to fall out of contention. Dom Capps is hanging in the top 5. DJ Curtis has been falling back. Ryan Griffin has been moving forward, as Griffin goes by DJ Curtis for the 6th position. Eugene Max is one that is starting to creep his way forward, just a hair. Him and Jeff James are, but they also have been losing touch to the leaders. Luke Martin inside the top 10. Nick Mace is one that has not been really favoring this green flag run. He's losing some time. He's in the 11th spot. Carson Scott in 12th. Sean Harple in 13th. Jordan Fisher in the 14th position, while Jesse Turner not having the championship run day that he would need. Running in the 15th spot, Ryan Griffin in 16th. 17th is Levi Pasco. 18th is Jordan Davis. And Stephen Poe III right now having a solid top 20 run. Jeffrey Lynn now going by James Silverfox and also having to go by Charlie Smith. Here comes Jake Bassinger. He has a well of a run on Jeffrey Lynn. And Bassinger peaking low on Jeffrey. And Jake Bassinger looks as though he's going to take the lead on lap 33. Yes, he will. Jake Bassinger goes by Jeffrey Lynn and will be your new race leader. But if Cody Lamas has anything to say about it, he'll say not so fast. Lamas to the inside. What a move Cody Lamas made in turn 1. The tire has been wearing off. These drivers had not been able to make passes as good as they were early in the run. Lamas, what a move he made to get underneath a Bassinger, but Lynn's going to try and fight back. Lynn has led the most laps so far today as he's trying to go down low of Cody Lamas. Jeffrey Lynn back out front in Kansas. As the tires are falling off, Cody Lamas is trying a different groove way up here, and he's going to snatch the wall because of it. Lamas was trying different things, trying the outside groove, trying to get that line to work, but he ends up banging the outside wall, which is probably going to hurt the aerodynamics of that race car. Caution flag would fly after this right here. Sean Harple tried to go high on lap car Jeffrey Finguy, and Finguy tried to get out of the way of the leaders and actually put Harple in the wall and collected Jesse Turner, one of our championship contenders, and Ryan Acosta and Levi Pasco. Jordan Davis was also involved. Aaron Taylor was in there as well. So this is going to hurt Davis in the points as well. Pasco, Taylor, Weeks was also in that. Jesse Turner, this is going to hurt him in the points fight because he's one of the 4 drivers right there, about 55 points behind DJ Curtis in the championship. Onboard Sean Harple, you see right here, Jeffrey Finguy, it's not like he's erratic of where he's wanting to run. He's running the inside, but then just comes right up into Harple. I don't know if he knew where he was going or saw him and Carson Scott side by side coming out of the tri-oval and tried to move up, but that's going to take out a bunch of good cars and also a championship contender in Jesse Turner. Coming back to the restart, Dejon Weeks will line up on the tail end of the lead lap. Fitzwater's been having some mechanical issues under that car ever since he slapped the wall hard in one corner. Ended up shutting the whole car off at one time. He's off the pace while Jeffrey Lynn and Bassinger continue to lead the way. Jacob Hart has moved his way into the 3rd position. Cody Lamas, who tried repairing the car in pit stops, is all the way back in lap traffic now. And this is probably one of the worst times to be in the middle of lap traffic. Everyone dive bombing. Look at Hayden Klein shove Martin past Zayden Davidson and also Fitzwater there. What a great run by Klein. He's in 12th for Sums Racing. Jeff James has actually got some damage there. The hood. Actually, no, I may have seen that wrong, but it's top 10 now for Jeff James, but he's going to have to move up some bit to pass DJ Curtis if he wants to make up some points here. Jeffrey Lynn was the leader, but he lost the lead now, and he's dropped to 4th position. Bassinger leads the way. But not any longer. Ryan Griffin, the rookie's having a whale of a run here on this restart. Griffin up into 1st position, but way up high he goes. It looks as though he's going to be able to keep the position on Bassinger. Here's how Lynn lost the lead. He was behind lap car Dejon Weeks and was trying to get around him, but Jake Bassinger went low and was able to make the pass on him. And the rest of the cars of Jacob Hart and Ryan Griffin were able to follow and put him back to 4th. Look at this. They're looking nearly 4 wide. Nick Mace thought about it, but he backed out of it. He almost went 4 wide on DJ Curtis. Almost put him in the middle there. But they're trying to go around Jacob Hart and Dejon Weeks, and they did. DJ Curtis moving his way into the 3rd position, but Nick Mace trying to get underneath of him. Eugene Max, Jeffrey Lynn trying to fight back as well. Rookie Dejon Weeks is a lap down, but he's got some damage. He's holding in pretty well for some damage. I think DJ Curtis just scraped the wall there. He's going to drop down a position, move Nick Mace up to 3rd position, while the rookie Ryan Griffin leads the way over Jake Bassinger, the season 15 champion. Battle for 2nd place. Nick Mace looking to gain another spot, trying to get underneath of Jake Bassinger now, and he will. But Eugene Max is trying to get 2 at once here. Trying to get Jake Bassinger and trying to get his boss of Nick Mace. DJ Curtis is right there as well. But DeMax, it looks as though he's going to be able to take the position. DJ Curtis is going to pounce on this opportunity of guys racing to make up some positions. And Eugene Max goes from 4th to 2nd in 1 lap. DeMax has pulled away from the guys racing hard behind him. Look at Curtis working that outside groove. Oh, Curtis slapped that wall. Trying to pass Bassinger. That's going to hurt Curtis a little bit. But DeMax has pulled away from them and is trying to run down the rookie, Ryan Griffin. No rookie has won yet this season. Dejon Weeks was pretty close at New Hampshire. But Griffin looking to one-up his rival in the Rookie of the Year battle and be the first one to win this season in that Rookie of the Year battle. Griffin out front has been leading for quite some time. He's had a really quick car this race. He's shown that he ran pretty well at Charlotte, ran and led a few laps over there. But DeMax, it seemed like he's got more tires on him than Griffin because he's able to get back to the gas a lot better than Griffin. And Griffin's just not able to hold the bottom as good as DeMax has lately. DeMax is working him over, and he's trying to get a way around him. Whoa, the leaders they ran up on Charlie Smith so quickly. And the leaders of Griffin and DeMax are trying to fight their way by him. And DeMax has forced a hole and made his way past Griffin. Griffin's gonna come down in front of Nick Mace. Mace has joined the paddle as well. Now it's a 3-car race here. Charlie Smith held up Griffin, and now Griffin is in a Mace Enterprises sandwich, and Bassinger and Curtis are trying to work their way forward, but they're going to have to deal with Smith now. I'm not real sure if we're going to be able to make it all the way on fuel, if everyone can make it or not. I would be diving in pretty soon if we can't make it all the way on fuel. We're going to have to see, but them 3 drivers and along with these guys, it might be a battle between who has saved their tires the best. And the driver that's been the quickest so far in the last couple of laps has been Jeff James. And he's been reeling these guys in, and he could be a factor here at the end of it if we can make it all the way on fuel and nobody comes in for pit stops because he's been the quickest one. Jeff James just worked his way by Jake Bassinger on the outside line. Definitely one of the quickest cars right now. Maybe he can get up there. Nick Mace just went by his teammate of Ryan Griffin to take over 2nd position. I think Jeff James might have learned something from Chicagoland to save his tires because he burned his tires off, and Ryan Acosta had more tires than him at the end of it. They're trying to run down the leader, which is Eugene Max, looking for his 20th career victory, closing in on 20 to go. Battle for the lead coming. Nick Mace has a run on Eugene DeMax. Trying to get low of him. Hayden Klein is in the way just a little bit. He's got damage. And Klein trying to get out of their way. And here comes Ryan Griffin. He's going to find a way by him. Klein, however, goes low. Blocks Griffin. DeMax is going to have to try and find a high groove way up here. Man, DeMax is not going to be too happy with Hayden Klein getting in the way. Jeff James has cut clear of DJ Curtis and Jeff James and is trying to run these guys down. However, Jeffrey Finguy was kind of in the way of Nick Mace just then. Ryan Griffin had lost a bit of time to Nick Mace and Eugene DeMax until them lap cars got in the way. Griffin is right here if they can make a move on him. And he is able to make a move down low of Nick Mace. Ryan Griffin trying to take the lead, but Nick Mace trying to fight back on the inside. Jeff James further back is now underneath of Eugene DeMax. I'm telling you, that 15's quick. He's making a run at these guys. He saved them tires, and he's able to really make a run at them. Griffin out front again. But here comes Nick Mace back underneath of Ryan Griffin. Griffin, I think, may have burned the tires down just a little too much in that early run when he was leading the way for a while. If these guys, they don't look like they're going to have to pit because it's closing in on 10 to go. But Griffin's not giving up either. He's going head-to-head with one of the best in the series. Eugene Max has been one of the quick cars as well, fighting with Jeff James. Jeff James is now starting to come to with these guys back to even ground. DeMax, James, can they get up here and fight for the win? Griffin going back out front with 10 to go, but Nick Mace is looking to get back at him on the exit. What a battle these guys are doing. The rookie versus the legend Nick Mace, Ryan Griffin, Jeff James, Eugene DeMax are also doing battle. This isn't helping them get to the front, but Griffin's able to hold on and keep the lead. Nick Mace digging hard on the inside. Ryan Griffin gives him enough room. They're going to have lap cars of Malik Nevins, possibly Charlie Smith, Stephen Pollard, Zayden Davidson, maybe Eric Burton to deal with. Nick Mace gets by Ryan Griffin here with only a handful of laps to go. Jeff James is still creeping in with Eugene DeMax in tow. However, Ryan Griffin back down on Nick Mace. Looking low, trying to take the position away. He's going to have the preferred line. Jeff James and Eugene DeMax, they are inching in here with a few laps to go. Coming to 5 to go. Nick Mace digging hard on the outside, but can he make it work? No, Griffin kind of slides up in front of him. Jeff James digging hard underneath the lap car of Malik Nevins. I've been telling you this whole time to watch out for Jeff James. He's coming. Nick Mace underneath of Ryan Griffin. They are slipping and sliding on these old tires. It's going to be a 4-horse race. Zayden Davidson's going to be in the way. Here comes Jeff James. He's made his way right here to Nick Mace now. Underneath him, but he's going to ride Mace up to the wall. All the way up against the wall goes Nick Mace. Side by side down the straightaway. That's going to help James's teammate. But Jeff James is trying to get up there and win his 10th career race. DeMax and Mace are fighting hard with the 15, while the 11's beating and banging with the 29. 3 laps to go for the rookie Ryan Griffin. They're side by side behind him with Jeff James and Nick Mace. They're fighting hard. Mace drove it in insanely deep, but was able to make it work. Jeff James, I think he doesn't have the tires as much as they did now. But Mace gets by him for second, but Griffin's got an open track beside Stephen Pollard III, who has been relatively up to speed all race. He's inside the top 20. Ryan Griffin sees the white flag waving for him. The rookie trying to bring it home. Nick Mace trying to reel him in, but I don't think it's going to be able to happen. The rookie, Ryan Griffin, has ran strong all race. Just needs to bring it around in these final 2 corners. He's going to be able to hold off Nick Mace, Eugene DeMax, and Jeff James to the line off the corner. Rookie Ryan Griffin will be the 98th different driver to win in the Sony Cup Series. Ryan Griffin, his first Sony Cup Series victory. It comes at Kansas. It had been a while for Martin Motorsports since their last win. All their wins had came with Jeff James this season so far. But here comes Ryan Griffin. He's going to be the next driver for Martin Motorsports to win. And this is one of many drivers Martin has hired on this team over the years, given a break in the series to kickstart their career. And Ryan Griffin gets his first ever Sony Cup Series victory and will possibly leap into the top 10 in the points after this run. And he's going to tie up Dejon Weeks for the Rookie of the Year battle. And what a run he did today. Ryan Griffin is our 98th different driver to add their name to the win column in the Sony Cup Series. His first ever victory in the SCS. Let's get you to our finishing results and standings as we head to round 21 on the schedule.